Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Status Geographic. Today we're heading to one of the most remote parts of the world, dead smack in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean, Ascension Island. And we'll go into what's on the island, and it's only a short episode, so there's not a lot to do on the island. Back in a minute. Okay, so we're just going to head out now. As you saw with the Google Maps and on my GPS there, it's an extremely small island. Actually looks a bit bigger in real life. I'm sure the measurements are correct in the simulator though. Anyway, so taking off in a little Cessna C172 from my favourite people, Carenado. So shying away of my old favourite today, the Naveo. Thought I'd better try something different. So I'm just going to do I guess a small circumnavigation around the island and just go into a bit of detail about it. Now, where I found out about this island, I've never heard of it before in my life until I started watching a great TV show, which I'll probably bring up in a future vlog actually, called Departures. I saw an episode on satellite TV once and absolutely fell in love with the TV show. I ended up buying all the Blu-rays. I believe it's on Netflix now though, for anyone that's watching that's interested. Great travel show, two Canadian guys and a cameraman who is also a friend of theirs, so three of them, just travelling the globe. And yeah, they ended up going to Ascension Island, which was a really interesting episode because there's a few things that sort of happened with them. So So the island itself, let's discuss it. So in the previous episode, which we believe we were in, I know we were in Brazil. Don't even know what that word was, I just said. So we're about 1,600 kilometres from the coast of Africa and 2,250 kilometres or 1,400 miles from the coast of Brazil. So it's a bit of cloud there. Yeah, it's pretty much dead smack in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean. The population is under 1,000 people, and I believe it is used for the Royal Air Force of Great Britain, I believe. Just checking that. United States Air Force have a presence there. The European Space Agency rocket tracking stations there. and I believe that's one of the only ways you can actually get out to Ascension Island. I remember the episode of Departures. They had to take a British Air Force plane, which I think from memory is a 737, and it was quite an empty flight. It looked quite funny. It might have even been the 747 actually. I'm not sure. What to do on the island? Well, it's actually got what is known as the world's worst golf course, and from the pictures I've seen and the video I've seen, yeah, I can understand why. Not good. Looks like pretty much a barren, sort of a desert golf course. There's no greenery. It was all dust and dirt and lots of rocks. So for any of you avid golfers out there, forget it. Yeah. One of the most interesting things about the island, I guess it's similar to a lot of the real remote parts of the world, is that they have very, very odd opening times for any sort of shops, and obviously due to the remoteness of the island, it's extremely expensive. So yeah, if you are thinking about travelling there, bear that in mind. It's got a couple of mountains on the island, which, as you can see, there's one right in front of us. And it is volcanic, the island itself. Finally, with the episode that I watched of Departures, one of the interesting things that I saw on this episode was there's a sort of like a rock or a mound that's on the side of a road which is covered in paint. Basically, it's a local tradition. If you plan on leaving Ascension Island and never coming back, you'd pretty much cover this rock in an assortment of colours of paint. And the Departures boys certainly made it colourful. They didn't really enjoy the island too much. There is a lot of fishing on the island too. For the locals that live there, I think that's one of the main things that they do. So as you can see, we're probably hovering around about 8 minutes. It's a small island, and it'll be a small episode, basically because from what I've seen, there is nothing to do there. But either way, I thought it'd be interesting to discuss it. So I'm not sure about the lineup for this landing either. I sort of rushed it. I was caught off guard about how small the island actually was. So I'm not sure how we're going to go here. I'm only human. I'm not a pilot. Now, a new series, the summer series that I'll be doing, will be out next. Status Geographic is continuing, I can promise. Just that I'm doing a fair bit of flying in P3D at the moment. So decided to do a second series, which is the summer series, which I'll just be doing flights in and around Australia, a lot of outback flights, and just sort of showcasing the Orbix products that I've got. I've got a fair few for Australian airports, and yeah, I'm sort of missing home on my YouTube channel, so I thought I'd head back. So that'll be coming out in the next couple of days. Anyway, sit back, enjoy the terrible landing replay, and I'll see you next time. Thanks guys, take care.